Thank you, Trustee Burley.
Our next question, are there any changes you would anticipate making in the village organization if you are elected village president? And this starts with Trustee Burley.
Organizational changes. Probably all of you know too well the choices that we were faced with dispatch this past year. And that was probably one of the tougher decisions that I personally have had to make on this board, which deals with the employment or the jobs, the livelihood of some of our employees. And the decision of the board was obviously to close our dispatch and go with the regional dispatch. Now, it wasn't something that just came out of nowhere. We had Sugar Grove, we were dispatching for them, and they, for other reasons, decided to go somewhere else. So that is a huge, huge organizational change that we're about to undertake. It's going to take the better part of this year to hammer that out. But obviously, it is a tough decision anytime that you, as the board, have to make a decision that anybody's going to, any job or their livelihood is going to be affected in any way. So that definitely hit home with me. In regards to public works, finance, village manager's office, those kind of things, I think we've already stated that yes, I would look to hire a manager, a strong leader, or a finance director. I'd want to work that out with our acting administrator right now. But other than that, I was looking at our staffing levels this past weekend. I was trying to find that before I started answering. And I think we're at about 50-some employees, which is down considerably from 2008. So I would like to see our staffing levels. I don't want to say I absolutely want them to increase, but we need to find out what our right size staffing is for Montgomery. At the peak, we had 68, I believe, employees, and it seemed to stay about that. And I think we should do a full analysis of what we need, where we're lacking right now, and if we need to open up other positions in the village. And if it's not needed, then obviously we wouldn't do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Burley. Trustee Keck.
Probably the single largest organizational change is what was mentioned about the dispatching. Other than that, our public works structure will basically remain the same. Our police department structure would remain the same. The village hall staff here would pretty much remain the same. I would certainly want to look at staffing levels in all of these areas. I wouldn't mind adding a couple of more officers. I've always been a strong supporter of the police. I believe truly that if it comes down to a choice between police and anything else, I would always favor the police department for increased funding, increased staffing. Those are the patrolmen that are out on our streets every day, every night especially, watching out for us. We definitely have to get a village manager on board, a permanent village manager. That is the person that has to be the day-to-day person that controls that. As far as a finance director, same thing. I would want to certainly keep that structure the same in the finance department. Our temporary village manager now is totally overloaded. We need to separate those two functions, get permanent people on board for both those. Other than that, I think Public Works is pretty much okay the way it is. Through attrition, though, I would want to look at every job that comes up when someone retires to see if we want to keep that staffing level or if we want to eliminate that job or maybe even expand it. I can't say the only thing that we would do on all this is cut things. There may be some areas where we'll have to add a little bit more back in. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Keck.